Jesus entered a village where a woman whose name was Martha welcomed him. She had a sister named Mary who sat beside the Lord at his feet, listening to him speak. Martha, burdened with much serving, came to him and said, "Lord, do you not care that my sister has left me by myself to do the serving? Tell her to help me." The Lord said to her in reply, "Martha, Martha, you are anxious and worried about many things. There is need of only one thing. Mary has chosen the better part, and it will not be taken from her." The Gospel of the Lord. Praise be Jesus Christ. Good afternoon, dear friends, brothers and sisters. Pakibati ng magandang hapon ating mga katabi. Pakicheck nga kung sila'y gising na o tulog pa. We are in this beautiful city of Avila. Kanina sa bus ay nagising ako bigla nang sinabi ni Joy na welcome to Avila, at sumigaw naman ng isa, si Rita. Rita Avila. Hindi po. Ang tawag po sa syudad na ito ay the City of Saints and Stones. And if you look around, it is a walled city which dates back to the 11th century, the Middle Ages. And it is one of the cities in Spain that has been well preserved. At alam naman po natin kasi meron tayong Intramuros sa Maynila. It is a walled city primarily to defend itself from the invaders, especially the Moors at that time. And the city of Avila is so beautiful because kagaya ng vegan natin, na-preserve yung mga original structures, original stones, and murals, and walls. So as we go around the city, kahit maiksi, ay bumabalik tayo sa panahon ng ang Spanya ay makapangyarihan pa. Magsasalita ako ng Tagalog, baka palayasin tayo dito. May panahon na ang Spanya ay makapangyarihan, lalo na sa 16th century, in the time of the Catholic monarchs. If you know a bit of the history of Spain, wala naman po talagang Spanya noong una. Kanya-kanya sila ng mga kingdom. May kingdom of Castile, may kingdom of Aragon, and others. But there was a time that these kingdoms became one, and there was a ruler by the name of King Ferdinand of Aragon and Isabel of Castile. They got married, and they became so powerful that they united the whole Spain. And from that union of two kingdoms and the other kingdoms being taken over, they became so powerful, and thus began also the expansion, sending many explorers, especially Columbus, na naligaw papuntang Amerika, and of course, later on, Magellan, Ferdinand Magallanes or Magellan, will circumnavigate the world and will reach the Philippine shores and islands in 1521. Alam na alam ni Yoyoy Villam yan, no? Noong March 1521 ay dumating. So, bahagi ang Avila ng panahong iyon, the flourishing of the Spanish monarchy. And there was opulence, there was power, everything was grand. But also during this time, there was this saint that was born here in Avila, and we will find a chapel of her birthplace here in this Basilica of Santa Teresa. She came from a noble family. She was born in 1515 and died 1582. Her mother died when she was 12 years old. So they came from a wealthy family. Kaya lang, nung namatay yung nanay, parang kwento lang ni Santa Teresa ng Lisieux, di ba? Namatay din ang nanay. So si Santa Teresa ng Avila, namatay din ang nanay. When she was 12 years old, pinasya nung kanyang tatay na ipaubaya siya sa mga madre. Kasi hindi niya kayang alagaan yung batang ito. And from that moment on, as a teenager, Teresa was under the care of the religious sisters or the nuns. She lived in the convent. But she became so sickly, she almost died. Si Teresa ay namatay. In one way or another, people thought that she died already. So, they decided to bury her. Ililibing na nila si Teresa. Pero, maya-maya, biglang bumangon na parang walang nangyari. Si Santa Teresa ay mula nung bata pa lang, naramdaman niya na yung pagtawag ng Diyos sa kanya towards a more contemplative life. And this is the significance of Teresa of Avila. In the time of opulence of Spain, in the time of grandeur and power of basilicas, cathedrals, walls, invasions, there was this humble sister who built her castle, not made of stones, but an interior castle. I would like you to read that book of Santa Teresa, Interior Castle. Subukan niyong basahin, wala kayong maiintindihan. Kaya wag na lang. Kahit ako, hindi ko rin ho naiintindihan. Pero sa buhay at mga turo at mga sinulat ni Santa Teresa, kung tutuusin ay napakasimple lang naman. In her interior castle, sinasabi niya na the path to God, the path to prayer, is not to go out, but to go inside. It is not to build towers and cathedrals for God. It is to find that in your heart, there is a castle where you can find the throne of the mighty God inside. And thus, the beginning of the Carmelite reform, ang tawag natin may discalcado, the discalced Carmelites led by Teresa of Avila and her partner in crime, John of the Cross. And they began to explore the interior life. That prayer is not about words, not about actions. Prayer primarily is a movement to go within, to go inside, and you discover God from within. Kaya tamang-tama yung ebanghelyo natin ngayon eh. Sabi ng Panginoon kay Marta, 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 napakarami mong pinagkakaabalahan. Pinili ng kapatid mong si Maria ang tunay na mahalaga. Your sister Mary has chosen the better part. And what is that? The contemplative prayer part. Not just the active part of our life, but also the contemplative life. At ito po yung pilgrimage, mga kapatid. Oo, tayo naglalakad, we move actively, we burn calories, we have an average of 10,000 steps every day, if you have noticed. But our spiritual journey is not just walking physically. Our spiritual journey really is more of a journey into the heart. And this is the message of Santa Teresa of Avila. The contemplative life, the interior castle. To find God is to find Him within your heart. At ito rin po yung salamat sa Catholic Travel kasi dinala tayo dito sa Avila. Kasi nais ko rin ituro sa inyo na madalas ang pag-unawa natin sa panalangin ay tungkol sa mga sasabihin mo, tungkol sa mga minemorize mo, tungkol sa mga ginagawa mo. Para kay Santa Teresa, ang paglago at paglalim sa panalangin at pakikipag-ugnayan sa Diyos ay sa pagpasok sa puso at kalooban. In your interior castle, you discover God sitting on His throne. And in that interior castle, there are different steps, different rooms that you have to navigate until you finally reach union with God. Kaya kung titinan po ninyo ang kanyang larawan, that's the image of Teresa in her ecstasy. In her mystical vision, she would often be in ecstasy and levitation. Sa kanyang pagdarasal, time and again, Teresa would levitate. Because in her deep contemplative prayer, no words are said, but she arrives at that point when nothing else matters but her union with God. You look at her face, it's ecstasy. It's pure, unadulterated happiness of being one with God, not outside, but inside. In other words, what we can gather from Teresa of Avila, comparing her with other sites and shrines that we have visited. When we were in Rue de Bac in Paris, nakita natin si Catherine Labouré nakikipag-usap kay Jesus. Sa Lourdes, si Bernadette nakikipag-usap kay Mama Mary. Si Bernadette nakikipag-usap kay Blessed Mother. Ang sabi ni Santa Teresa, you can have that every day. You don't need apparitions. All you need to do is go into deep contemplative prayer and you will find God from within. That's the significance of Teresa of Avila. Pasukin mo yung puso at kalooban at doon mo maiintindihan na ang Diyos ay hindi matatagpuan sa labas. Ang Diyos ay makikilala sa loob. Developing an interior disposition of prayer leads us to union with God. Kaya po, may mga pagkakataon na nagdadasal si Santa Teresa ng Avila, magkakaroon siya ng parang epileptic or cataleptic attack. I'm not a doctor, but nagkakaroon siya ng mga ecstatic vision na bigla na lang siyang maninigas. Exactly like that. Maninigas ang kanyang buong katawan at ginagalaw siya ng kanyang mga kasamang madre, hindi siya matinag. She has entered into that place where she and God are one. All the time, she finds Jesus one with her. Contemplation. And that's what we want also to experience here. Maybe not to levitate or not to experience ecstasy, but to have union with God inside. Let me end with this beautiful prayer that can be found, or that was found in the prayer book of Santa Teresa of Avila. And this is, I think, a prayer that all of you would know. In Spanish, it goes like this. Nada te turbe, nada te espante, todo se pasa. Dios no se muda, la paciencia todo lo alcanza. Quien a Dios tiene, nada le falta, solo Dios basta. Translate. Let nothing disturb you. Let nothing frighten you. All things are passing away. God never changes. Patience obtains all things. Whoever has God lacks nothing. God alone suffices. Solo Diyos basta. God alone suffices. So in your life, mga kapatid, God alone is enough. Wala ka na ibang hahanapin sa mundo, sa buhay. Wala kang hahanapin sa labas. Wala kang makikita roon. Mahahanap mo ang Diyos, sabi ni Santa Teresa, pag pumasok ka sa kastilyo ng iyong puso. At ang Diyos ay magpapahayag sa iyo ng kanyang presensya at pag-ibig. Praise to Jesus Christ.